Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We just had Myungchik take out Fantasy 2-1. Long series, good series, hope you enjoyed. This next one, I don't know what to expect. Leenock going up against Emotion. I don't know if I've seen Emotion play before. I'm trying to think.
Well, if you watch like every Pro League game, I think he played twice.
Okay, so he's basically like Armani or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he made it into Code A, so that's already like super skilled. But you know, you go up against someone like Leenock that has won so many championships. He's been in the GSL finals. One of the most respected players in the world, no doubt about it. Even if Leenock is not playing well, I would still expect him to beat someone who's playing, you know, one of his first big matches here.
Yeah, I think Leenock is favored in this best of three specifically. And there haven't been a ton of Leenock games as of late to study compared to the past.
Like unless you're watching some of like Taiwanese team league games and stuff, then he hasn't been popping up too much other than that.
Well, he's going up against Emotion here, our very first PBZ of this group. That was a terrible intro to us, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Make up for it with this one.
In the top right, representing Yoi Flash Wolves, is
Leenock.
Thank you. Welcome. You made it all okay.
That's what I do.
I appreciate that. Down near the bottom left, in the blue.
Emotion.
I was going to say his ID is controversial, but...
Right. Looks very young.
Yeah,
very young. Like,
bomb me with your Baneling of love, Leenock. I'm sure he will. Just ask him for a photo afterwards.
Oh, careful, Banelings explode.
Yeah. Baneling is not the best at photo bombs.
Yeah, they're all right. Not too tall though.
They don't have like good like little poses they can do in the back. Thing is, like, if
they're no hot bid, but you know.
If I ever had a photo where like there was a Baneling in the background, I'm like, oh my god, I could have died that day.
Yeah.
I didn't know Banelings were real.
Well, I'm a detector, so I would always see them. You know.
I'm not. I can't see things like that. I'm just a void ray.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I can see on high ground, but like that's it. I can also fly over terrain.
It's good to know. All right, so
I'm also really strong.
Yeah.
Also respect me, Artosis.
Is that right? You have prismatic alignment.
Yeah.
Sick.
If you know how to press my buttons, aka my E key, I can do a lot of things for you, Artosis.
Sick. I'll look for that E key later when we're
You can hotkey it, my button to anything you like, Artosis.
Sick.
It saves when you're bound that profile, Artosis.
Listen, I would just attack move you after this string of terrible jokes. Attack move you right into turrets.
I could beat those turrets, Artosis. If there's no repair, Artosis.
Is that right? Just be a hero, Void Ray Wolf.
I'm Artanis, Artosis.
Thanks, Wolf, Artosis.
So as we see, we actually have fast gas here from Leenock. He's not playing the style that most people have been playing today to respond to this, which is the double hatch before pool. So already showing a stylistic difference. You know,
Leenock definitely a player that has a huge range of what he's capable of. I would say he is the best low economy late game player of any Zerg. Like this guy, he doesn't need more than 3 bases. He'll go hive on 3 bases and make his units work for him forever. It doesn't even have to be Swarm Host, man. It can be like Infestor or Broodlord still. So we'll see what he does, but you know, getting that quick gas, I expect it's for speed, but we'll see. I mean, he's done some crazy builds in the past.
Well, we've seen him also like just do a big speedling all in off 2 base.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something he's done in the past.
If you don't have a forge, that can be tough to defend too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna probably add one pretty soon, but he's going obviously Stargate first.
That would be kind of cool if you tried something like that.
We just see him do that from time to time, you know?
Yeah, I think I recall an unbelievably epic game at DreamHack against Hero where he did that, where it's just like infinity lings and Hero held it just barely with a tasteless pylon.
I've seen that with him against Naniwa too. It's tough.
I think that might have had roaches in it too. I'm trying to remember. It's a long time ago. Anyways, I mean, there's a forge coming up. He would have cannons available. Speed is going to be finishing, but he hasn't really decided to make any lings yet. I think he has 2 out on the map.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it. He's still mining some gas, and he has made a lot of drones. 36. Yeah, he's taking the third base. He's going to use speed to control the map, I guess.
Totally fine. Speed is a great upgrade.
It's going to allow him to block a third Nexus pretty easily.
Do have that layer on the way, and he has seen that an Oracle is going to be made. I think Emotion will go into a Void Ray Colossus, perhaps?
Yeah, probably. On this map, it's pretty easy to go over there and take that third base with that. Unless you get a good SimCity going. There's that cannon just to be safe. And the +1 coming up here. Pretty early. I like that. And that's going to just help him no matter what he chooses to do next.
Yeah, I wonder. In that quick +1, we could see a Twilight pop up. We'll see his tech choice in just a moment here.
See how much damage this does. Probably no more than 4. Actually, with the Spore here, I don't think he's going to be anything down the main.
He's got Spores in both lines. I'm not too optimistic on this this guy getting a big return anytime soon.
It'll take him a while for sure. There's a third base. So I think we're already just going to see the Void Ray come
off
down.
of almost no units, and Leenock sees this and starts making lings. I think he's just going to mass ling and try to get rid of his third. All right, getting that Hydralisk den. He might be expecting Void Rays, but at least, you know, already having speed, this counter of lings, this could possibly get rid of this base. I don't know. We'll see.
If +1 finishes, Zealots are going to be pretty useful against that, and the Oracle itself is actually okay in a situation like this.
Thing is, he only has like 1 gateway, so you know he can get another Zealot if he wants. But not that many.
The 3 will finish up here in the brief moment. He's these sentries set up here, so the lings are not getting to the natural. That's for sure.
Yeah, and in fact, the third base looks like it's going to be pretty set anyways. He does have his Oracle over there, and that kills Zerglings really, really quickly.
Yep. He's getting Hydralisk speed. It looks like he really wants to commit pretty big to this in a moment. He gets a few more Hydras out. This is going to be scouted by the Phoenix, or maybe not actually this one. He'll need to send another one. Okay, the Oracle comes in. So with this, he'll see it. Tags even. Got to be careful with that.
Ah, that's rough. He did almost nothing with that Oracle. That was like really, that was an unexciting Oracle for sure. Yeah. Right now, we do have a lot of Hydras and Lings on the way for Leenock. Gates being added at the moment for Emotion. Is Leenock just going to go and try to bust this? Just Hydra Ling it?
Yeah, it looks like it, man. Leenock is like a mini younger version of Jelizerg, so that's just what he does.
Yeah. This looks like something Jelizerg might do.
All right, here we go. He's just going to try to bust through. He's going to get this forward before +2 finishes. That much is not a mystery.
Yeah, that's a very nice pickoff right there. Not much can be done.
And I think he's just going to go poke over here. He's not committing that much to this. He has Hydra speed, so he can get away.
Forces that Nexus Cannon, which is quite good.
Overlord on the hold position just likes to take it.
May as well. He's getting pounded.
He actually could have escaped, I think, but...
Well, the other thing is he was flanked by them, so...
I guess so. Like,
not so sure.
I guess you're making a
slow Overlord would have a hard time getting out of there.
We go north, you know, like Jon Snow.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that like with the hold there, he lost his forge, which really hurts his. Obviously, his army is going to be a bit weaker for a period of time. The forge isn't even completely remade yet, but
you know the thing is, there's like different rules with Leenock because he's so good at low economy. Like his third base was a bit later than you would expect, and then he made a bunch of units as well. And his attack with all those units didn't really do that much. It like stopped an upgrade and forced some energy to be used and all that. Like, but the thing is, even though his economy isn't what a Zerg might like to have right now against what Emotion has, he's very good in these types of situations. So you know, it's like this other skill set that he has that's going to come into play here. Like he's somehow magically going to make this work for him.
I mean, he's got a really varied composition right now. Like 50 Lings, 9 Hydras, and 10 Mutas. Mutas are spotted. So is the army. So right now, Emotion just knows that he needs to make sure he has his unit split up well here because he's about to get attacked twice. The Mutas over here are deflected.
Right now, he's doing a great job of dealing with these Mutas. And he has Phoenixes on the way already. He has cannons around to help zone out those Mutas. And wait a minute, he's just going to go in and attack. Look at this. The Ling's actually getting on top of everything very nicely. And he picks off the Mothership Core, but doesn't really get a lot else. Loses a bunch of Lings for that.
Yeah, if he had gotten the second wave of Lings in instead of them being forced to out, I think he might have been able to pick off a lot of those sentries. But as it stands, I don't think it was the best trade. But again, he has that 4th base up now. He has moved out of that low economy that you're talking about that he's so good at into a pretty standard 4-base Zerg economy. And he has the Infestation Pit, so he can go into Hive as we do see in production now. Do you think he's going to go into just Vipers from and stick with this sort of Hydra-heavy composition? With the Roach Warren going down, I would say yeah. No, Swarm Host is what he wants to do.
All right, so kind of interesting. Also, by the way, not the greatest creep spread that we've ever seen.
Well, Leenock's never been known for that.
That is for sure, Wolf. That is for sure. It's kind of like, I feel like the game is a little bit weird so far, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, not quite what you would expect to see normally. Now this attack is actually really nice. Look at this. He might actually, in fact, he's going to snipe this.
He's going to snipe the hatch, maybe get some Phoenixes on his way out.
Yeah, he's going to have to Vamoose though. And, oh, he actually turns around to battle from him. Now that Colossus is fake. So.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot of Stalkers here though.
Yeah, I feel like he should have just run. The thing is, he looked at it and said, okay, you know, through this little choke, I have great surface area and this would be a good trade, but with the blink in, the Guardian Shields, the Force Fields, he loses every single unit.
So he's just going to remax the Roach Hydra and go Vipers here and try to end with the next attack. I think the Swarm Host is just like maybe a backup plan for him or something.
Yeah, maybe he's just getting ready to eventually pop some of them out, but as is, he knows that there's an attack coming, right? He picked off the 3rd Nexus. His opponent killed off his army without losing much of his own army, so this is definitely an attack timing, and here we go. He's moving up, but that's quite a big concave of units at the top of this ramp.
He needs those Vipers. There's no High Templar here. There's some Blinding Clouds on
Blinding Clouds would be awesome here.
That's
just
what he's
so
strong,
strong.
You know? So high ground here, the concave for Leenock. He's going to try to force his way back towards those units. Great 4 Force Fields there. Here come the Blinding Clouds, though. Yeah. This is eliminating a lot of DPS here. This allows Leenock to even grab this Immortal.
Well, you know what? If he gets one more good Blinding Cloud, that would be amazing. Maybe out of
I think he's out of energy right now, yeah.
Okay.
Only with the 2 Vipers left here.
Ooh, his unit's actually kind of going a little bit crazy there for a moment, not firing as much as he would like.
He's eliminating a lot of the Phoenixes. It looks like he's targeting them, so he may, you know, just be trying to get rid of that part of it so he can add more Hydras in without worrying about them being lifted. Well, and maybe later get Mutas.
I don't know if there is a later.
I don't think so, really, not with this comp.
Emotion just continues to warp in Stalkers. You know, it's when you're only warping in Stalkers and your opponent has this much, like Leenock does on Hive Tech, not much of a chance. Great Blinding Cloud going down right there, really forcing him to run back, but taking a lot of pot shots in the meantime.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be it for game number 1.
Yeah, just target down that Warp Prism, and, well, I guess don't target down because he keeps donating extra units here, so.
Yeah.
Better to let it live. Ouch.
Well, yeah, there's no out of this. There is no later.
It's 4 base against a newly reacquired 3rd base. Look at the supply. Look at the army. His army is a phoenix. 18 minutes in. I think he's dead. 100 supply, 120 supply down.
That Phoenix, by the way, has only 16 hit points. No shields.
Yeah, it's probably not going to hold this army off, to be honest.
I don't know, Lartos. There is a Stalker to die too. Well, this is a fantasy
cannon.
This is a fantasy GG timing.
Yeah, that was a slow one, but you know what? Emotion played like pretty well overall. Leenock is a hard guy to play against. Like, he did some weird attacks that I think Emotion got a little bit confused on. Like that Hydra Ling attack that came in, then didn't do much, and then like later on he snipes the Nexus, loses his army. It's like, well, you know, by now I have 4 bases and I have enough. So the Mutas didn't even really do much. Like, yeah, I guess they added some DPS to the Nexus kill, but like, didn't do much overall. I guess it got him to go into some Phoenixes that could have been some better splash damage in there.
I think he was trying to force the Phoenixes, and then also, like, there was that engagement where he tried to snipe some sentries with his Zerglings. I think he was hoping for more there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There was actually this one, the more I think about it, there was some trickiness in what Leenock did there. By making those mutas, he forced out a lot of Phoenixes when his opponent was trying to go +2 Blinkstalker. So already a lot of gas was invested in +2 Blinkstalker, but when he had to go into Phoenixes, he's thinking, oh, okay, it's a muta switch. But really, it was just a group of mutas that forced a Phoenix switch, which made it so that he didn't have the Colossi or High Templars that he needed to deal with the Roach, Hydra, Viper Ball, which is like very... I mean, if you don't have a bunch of Splash in there and High Templars, you're not going to beat that. That composition is going to seem invincible to you. So, kind of clever there by Leenock. A very different game than what we're used to.
Emotion is picking Alterzim against Leenock because he wants to stay as far away from Leenock as possible.
He must feel good with Sky Terran, or he has an all-in that may or may not work.
Yeah, Sky Toss here is something that is definitely the best way to play it if you can get there. I wonder what Leenock is going to do. He's shown anything. He could even pull a Soul Key early pool here.
He could. He's Leenock, man. Anything is possible.
Well, he's one win away from getting to that winner's match. We'll see if Emotion can tie us up and bring us to a Game 3 here at the GSL Code S.